Don't you think working forever sounds exhausting? I mean, imagine working well into your 80s or 90s. But have you ever thought about whether some of your current habits could be leading you down that path? It's true. There are plenty of habits that could end up hurting your finances both now and in the future. Working forever can have a number of negative consequences on both an individual's physical and mental health, as well as their overall quality of life. So, what are some of these habits that you should be avoiding, you ask? Well, you're in luck! Because in today's video, we will be discussing 15 things to avoid if you want to avoid working forever. Number 1. Failure to invest in one's own education. You know that saying, knowledge is power? It's actually true. Having knowledge can give you the power to take control of situations and shape your life the way you want. For example, if you spend time every day learning about personal finance, you'll be less likely to make mistakes like overspending or getting into debt. And if you invest in learning new skills, you might even be able to negotiate a higher salary at work. Plus, you can use your knowledge to create passive income streams and earn even more money. It's pretty cool, don't you think? Number 2. Being a gambler. Look, I'm just going to be honest with you. Gambling can really mess up your finances. And if you don't believe me, here are some facts to consider. Your chances of winning the Powerball jackpot are 1 in 292 million, and in sports betting, blackjack or poker, the odds are also against you. If you're gambling so much that it's interfering with your work and personal life, you're setting yourself up for some serious problems. But if you decide to quit now, you'll be doing yourself a huge favor. Gambling can become addictive, and it may even require professional help to quit. But the choice is yours, and it will ultimately determine the kind of life you'll have in the future. Number 3. Compulsive purchasing. Do you frequently make unplanned purchases? Then you've fallen prey to the impulse shopping virus. Another bad habit that can initially appear innocuous is shopping on the spur of the moment. Although you might be able to afford it now, it won't be long before you start spending your money on additional impulsive purchases. This eventually makes saving unfeasible, and you'll soon find it challenging to pay for your fundamental demands. You won't have any choice but to labor for several more years as you make up for all the money you squandered on impulsive purchases if this continues for an extended length of time. Number 4. Poor financial decisions. You might be putting your future financial stability at risk if you consistently go over budget or if you continuously find yourself overpaying. One of the most effective methods to form excellent money habits is to understand the worth of money and the significance of being thrifty. Having good money habits can help you save more, make wiser financial decisions, and avoid the trap of lifestyle inflation. Number 5. Relying on chance. Have you ever found yourself in a tough financial situation and wished that a miracle would just come and solve everything for you? It's a common feeling, but the truth is, waiting for a miracle to happen won't get you anywhere. You can't count on winning the lottery or inheriting a fortune from your long-lost uncle to solve your financial problems. If you don't take control of your finances, you're just setting yourself up for disaster. Here's the thing. When you rely on a miracle to save you, you're giving up control. You start to believe that your finances are completely out of your hands and that there's nothing you can do to improve your situation. But that's not true. If you take charge of your finances and make smart decisions, you can avoid financial ruin and work toward a secure future. Number 6. Avoiding new challenges. It's natural to feel comfortable in familiar surroundings and situations. We all like a sense of certainty, right? But let's be real. Sometimes we get too comfortable in our own little bubble. We don't take risks or try new things, and that can really hold us back from reaching our full potential. If we stay in this comfort zone for too long, we might find ourselves stuck in a dead-end job that pays poorly. And if we don't realize it soon enough, we could end up having to work longer than we planned just to prepare for retirement. So, it's important to push ourselves out of our comfort zones every once in a while and take chance on something new. Number 7. Settling for a paltry salary. Do you ever feel like you're capable of making more money than you currently are? Most people do. So why stick with a job that pays you less than you are entitled to? Instead of settling for less, why not invest in yourself and learn new, higher-paying skills? You can even approach your employer and negotiate a raise once you have the qualifications to back it up. I get it though. Leaving your current job and finding a new one can be scary. But what if you can't find a job that pays as well? But have you thought about the other possibility? What if you actually find a job that pays a lot more? It's definitely worth exploring, don't you think? Number 8. Slacking off. Have you ever thought about what the most valuable currency in the world is? Some might say it's the Kuwaiti dinar, dollar, or euro. But in reality, it's something we all have. Time. Once it's gone, we can never get it back. That's why procrastination is such a big problem. It tricks us into thinking we have all the time in the world, when in reality, we're wasting precious moments we'll never get back. If we let procrastination take over our financial lives, it can have some serious consequences. So don't let procrastination hold you back from making the most of your time and your money. Number 9. Live for today mentality. It's no secret that our mindset plays a crucial role in shaping our present and future. If you have a mindset that's focused solely on the short term, you're likely to make choices that prioritize immediate gratification over long-term gains. On the other hand, if you adopt a long-term mindset, you're more likely to set goals and plan for your future, which can help you avoid working forever. Just look at early retirees. They all have a long-term mindset. A long-term mindset not only helps you plan for the future, but it also motivates you to make the most of your present actions because you understand that they impact your future outcomes. Number 10. Inadequate debt control. To be frank, it's almost impossible to avoid debt completely in our current world. But the good news is, you have control over how much debt affects your finances. If you're always struggling to make your loan payments on time, it's probably because you're not properly planning for them. When you miss payments, it leads to increased interest rates, which can eat into your funds for other important things. Believe it or not, neglecting your loan payments can lead you to working way past your retirement age. Number 11. Failing to put money aside. You know, it's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that saving isn't all that important. I mean, if you're earning a decent amount of money each month, why bother saving, right? You might think you can do it later. But here's the thing. Life is unpredictable. You never know what's going to happen tomorrow. What if you lose your job or face an unexpected expense? That's where saving comes in. Whether it's for retirement or an emergency fund, having money set aside can be a lifesaver when you need it the most. Just imagine if you didn't save all those years when you were making good money, and suddenly you lose your job. You'd be in a pretty tough spot, right? You might have to borrow from friends and family just to get by. And then when you finally get a new job, you'd have to pay everyone back, which means you'll have to work even longer before you can start saving for yourself again. It's a vicious cycle, but it can be avoided if you start saving now. Number 12. Lifestyle creep. In simpler terms, If you get a job that pays better, it's tempting to start spending more on things you don't really need. But this is what we call lifestyle inflation. It can be a dangerous habit that can lead to serious financial problems down the line. You can prevent lifestyle inflation by being intentional with your spending and saving habits. It's important to prioritize your long-term financial goals and resist the urge to indulge in unnecessary expenses just because you can afford them in the short term. So don't let the desire for certain luxuries turn into a financial burden that will hurt you in the long run. Number 13. Living in the moment without regard for the future. When faced with a problem, some people tend to overlook it, especially when it comes to their future needs. They become obsessed with the present, believing that the future will somehow work itself out. But the truth is, ignoring your future problems can be disastrous. If you don't want to work forever, it's crucial to start making plans for your future now. This means incorporating it into every aspect of your life, including your budget, spending habits, lifestyle choices, and even your diet. Ignoring future problems and focusing only on the present might bring some temporary relief, but it's not a sustainable approach to life. By taking proactive steps to plan for your future, you can alleviate a lot of stress and uncertainty and set yourself up for financial stability and independence. It's never too early to start preparing for retirement, even before reaching the official retirement age. Number 14. Sluggishness. Let's talk about a topic that we all know too well: being sluggish, or commonly known as laziness. It's something that affects millions of people and has caused them to miss out on great opportunities in life. But that's not all. Being lazy can also lead to financial problems, decreased mental sharpness, lack of drive, negative thoughts, and more. We can't ignore the fact that laziness can be a major obstacle to achieving success in all aspects of life, and it's important to recognize it and take steps to overcome it. And now, lastly, but definitely not the least, number 15. Pessimism. It's interesting to know that people who have a positive attitude towards everything are usually more confident in their skills and abilities, and this boosts their performance. They tend to put in more effort and are more likely to achieve their goals. On the flip side, negativity does the opposite. It makes you feel about yourself, lowers your self-esteem, and stops you from taking steps to improve your life. When you're always thinking negatively, you might feel like your actions won't make a difference, so you end up doing nothing. But this is a recipe for failure. It's important to have a positive mindset to achieve success. And since you've watched this far, here is one more tip just for you. And that is living paycheck to paycheck with no backup plan. Let me break it down for you. If you don't save up for an emergency fund account, you'll be in a world of trouble when an unexpected situation arises. You might have to resort to taking out a loan, which would come with sky-high interest rates and ridiculous repayment terms. It could end up being a vicious cycle where you can't meet the repayment terms and end up with even more debt. Trust me, you don't want to be caught in this kind of situation. So the best thing to do is to start putting some money aside for emergencies today. As we wrap up this video, always remember that it's crucial to spend money wisely and effectively because it impacts our financial stability, future goals, and overall well-being. By being mindful of your spending habits and making informed decisions, we can save for emergencies, pay off debt, invest in our future, and achieve financial freedom. Remember, every dollar counts, and how we choose to spend it can make a significant difference in our lives. So let's be intentional with our spending and make every penny count towards a brighter financial future. Let me know in the comments below if you enjoyed the video, and make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications as always. To follow Luxzoid on social media, please review the links in the text description of this video. Thank you in advance for your feedback. I am Miss Luxurious, signing off for now. Do not forget to visit our YouTube luxury channel Luxzoid to explore the exemplification of the great state of comfort and extravagant living.